So the main threats with business continuity are mobile workers. So in an event where we are moving on to a mobile working environment, the risk is that people are taking equipment from corporate environments back into their home environment and may not necessarily have the right security implementation in place. So a key example there would be a user that wants to copy a confidential document to a USB key or send an email to a Gmail account so they can work on it at home. That's one of the major risks with business continuity. If you don't have all your business processes and your security strategy in place, it makes it very difficult for you to ensure the protection of that information when it leaves the corporate environment. Again, it's all about planning. So I think the biggest mistake that organisations make at the moment is they wait until the pandemic or the situation arises before doing all the business planning. So you get to a situation there where there's confusion, there's lack of communication with your staff, and there's more risk associated with it because you're not planning for this event to occur. So the number one thing that you should do is basically plan for something like this to happen. Make sure you've got all your countermeasures in place, make sure you've communicated effectively with your users or your customers as well, and make sure you do have an opportunity to have your process or business processes still operational with workers working remotely. Again, it's a very good question. I think the major risk with telecommuting is the fact that, again, we don't educate our users on effective security, what the risks are, what measures they can take to protect information. So, for example, we still see a lot of instances where mobile phones like BlackBerries store a lot of corporate information. They can be easily lost. People still lose laptops. So we need to put into effect countermeasures that can protect the information when it's more mobile. So file encryption, more authentication, looking at adaptive authentication, all those types of technologies that you can deploy to a mobile force makes it a lot easier then for telecommuting and makes the risk a lot reduced. So building or designing a dynamic BCP really revolves around understanding what your business is trying to do, what the processes are involved with your business functions, and then applying technology controls to those business functions. So when we talk about BCP, again, it's all about planning, making sure that we are thinking that something's going to occur and go through the process of pretending that you're going to go through an incident. So instead of waiting for a pandemic to hit, go about practicing for risk when they arrive too. So put some processes in place where you can ensure that your mobile users are still able to communicate both voice and with data. Make sure that the equipment that they use, if it's corporate equipment, is protected. So again, applying tools such as encryption, such as authentication, those sort of technologies make it a lot more easier for you to have a mobile environment. But again, the key part is the planning, making sure that you plan for these incidents to occur, because they will occur, but also more importantly is communicating to not only your staff but also your customers about what you are going to do if this type of event occurs, so that everyone's aware of the process when it does hit.